Hi there, it's Geanaa. This is one of the recipe of noodles making I learned. In this recipe, I'll be using 4 full cups of flour, which I'm going to sieve to allow air go into the flour. After sieving, I'm going to be adding 2 large eggs. But personally, I would advise that if you're interested in making these noodles, you use 3 large eggs. It gives this beautiful yellowish look at the end of the mixture, and it's less sticky than when you use just two. So I'm using my fingertips to incorporate the mixture of the eggs and the flour. Usually people add a pinch of salt to their mixture, but it's really not compulsory. But if you're interested, just put a pinch of salt so that it doesn't have the old too tasty look, like too salt. So I'm using my hands to do like a kneading motion in the bowl. I remember when shooting this video, my mom was asking, "Why are you not going to knead it on the table?" I was like, "No, you can still. I'm still going to move it to the table, but at least for now." Then you allow the dough to rest for close to 30 minutes. You can decide to leave it up to an hour. We just want the dough to have soft, this soft drawing feeling. Like you can see the way I'm trying to draw this dough, like stretch, please stretch. And I was able to actually achieve this. So for you to achieve that, so you need to make sure your dough rests for a period of time. Even in bread making and some other things, some other pastries, you need to allow your dough to rest. It has an effect to its taste at the end of everything. I actually want you to see the detailed process of this. That's actually why this part wasn't cut out. You just need to continue as much as you can, and it's longer than it looks. It's actually longer. I was bothered that this video was long, but in real life, it's actually longer than this because you just need to keep on kneading as much as you can to achieve what you really want. And if you look at the dough, it's clear that it's looking quite different from how it was when I initially started using my fingers. Then, if you look at the platform in which I'm using to knead this dough, you discover that I decided to pick a section. So, as at the time I was trying to sprinkle the flour on it to get what I want, I ended up sprinkling so much. So I was like, no, 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 my dough is not going to pack all this flour into it. So I decided to use one section. So I would advise that you don't use the sieve to sprinkle flour on your platform. You can decide to use your hand to sprinkle a bit to ensure that you don't get so much flour on your platform. So I allowed my dough to rest again for close to under 30 minutes. I told you that it's the softness I'm trying to get. I want to ensure that I get the softness I need. So I'll just keep on doing that until I get what I want. So next I would be dividing my dough in sections because I'm getting to the part where I have to roll out the dough. And for me to do that, I want to divide the dough in like bits. I was able to get 5 pieces from what I just did. So yeah, my rolling pin is available. See, I'm still using the amount of flour I sprinkled initially, telling you that I actually used so much. So please avoid it because once you have so much flour on your platform, it tends to make your dough stronger than normal. It's not easy to roll. It's like you're going to be fighting with the rolling pin and the dough itself. So I'm trying to get to this slim part. I just want my dough to be as slim as possible. You can see the thinness, not so thin, but at least not so thick. So if you don't have this, you can actually use a knife. This is like called chin chin cutter or something like that. So you just use this to cut it line by line, as thin as you can get. As thin as you can get. If it's not thin enough, it has this chunky vibe to it when you're cooking. It's kind of swollen and it's difficult for the ingredients you're using to cook it to go in. That means you have to wait a longer period of time just to ensure that it's well cooked and it's yummy and sweet. So you see, I'm just cutting, just bit by bit. This at this point, you need to be very patient. If you're not patient, I think you can even abandon it and be regretting the decision you made initially making it. So you need to be patient with it, especially if you're using a knife to cut. Especially if you're using a knife to cut, you need to be very patient with it. So yes, I did another technique I learned to, instead of cutting that long distance, you can just fold it into three, then cut. So this is supposed to be like a faster method. And now, this is the down part to this method. You have to start opening it. So it's like, okay, what's the point? What exactly is the point of me trying to fold? So you need to open it after cutting. If you can see, I've got that. This is under dough entirely, and I went back to my previous method of wide cutting. Yeah, my beautiful noodles. Also, guys, this is the final look of my noodles. I can tell you that I utilized this noodles I had, and I hope you try it too. Once you try it, please put it in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and thank you very much for stopping by. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Thank you.